Hi, everyone. My name is Ellen.
And my name's Alyssa, and welcome to the Modern Singer Podcast.
I'm so excited. Today, we are talking about something that really hits me to the core. 7 things I am mad my teachers were right about.
I am so mad.
There's more than 7. There are more than 7, but...
There are more than 7, but these are some of the highlights. So the first thing that I was actually really miffed that my teacher was super right about, I don't even remember which teacher told me this. I think it was my high school teacher. Show up more prepared than you'll ever need to be. It shows everyone that you're someone they're going to enjoy working with and someone that they'll want to hire again in the future. I think the one show that I did this with the most was Le Nozze di Figaro. I was Susanna, and it was my second time doing the role, so I had a little bit more knowledge of it. It's the only role I've done twice right now, but I had a little bit more knowledge of the show, so I was able to really put the time in, make sure that I had all of my recits down. I knew all the translations, and I knew what everyone else was saying the entire time, which just also made my life so much easier in the show itself, because I already knew what was happening. I was never panicked about knowing where I was in the show. I was always right there. I was more panicked making sure I knew what tempo we were going at. It was so fast.
Oh my gosh, that's really a good one. This one really hits home for me. I mean, I think this is my major one here is don't sit with your friends at rehearsal. And I know that sounds so annoying because like you want to sit with your friends, you want to chill. Sometimes you're called and rehearsal, you're called and you don't go on and rehearse for hours and hours and hours. But I'm going to say it again. Do not sit with your friends at rehearsal, especially if you're like me and cannot keep your mouth shut. We are all people and we get distracted on long days and goof off. Make sure you leave it for breaks or for afterwards. You do not want to be that person that interrupts rehearsal or gets called out or like gets ugly, mean stares by the director or the conductor. It just makes you look unprofessional. And it's already hard enough in this world. We do not need silly things like this to knock against us, right?
Yeah, if your teacher wouldn't have let you sit next to each other in class, don't sit next to each other in rehearsal, is the rule of thumb that I tend to play by, which usually means I sit by myself in a corner.
Yeah. Bring something to distract you, like books or
don't bring your phone.
Work, study, something else. Sudoku, I don't know.
So the next one I'm actually really glad that my teacher told me about, except for the fact that she told me after I had already done this. When you're getting a costume fitted, make sure that you can breathe. Take a big breath in once they've taken that rib measurement, especially if you're wearing a corset in a show. Please breathe in when they measure you. And while you're at it, make sure you make friends with the costume department. They're all really cool. I know some of them will do discounted haircuts. Some of them have hemmed my pants for me when I didn't have time. They saved my butt in a costume one time, quite literally, from coming out on stage. It was great. I love them so much. And they're all just really cool humans. So go make friends with the costume department. Always. At work,
side note, all my friends are in the costume shop. It's like my favorite people.
The ASIO costume department. They are amazing people.
They're just my favorite people. Hey, they hemmed my wedding dress. She trimmed it all up.
Oh, nice. I forgot about that.
I go down there all the time just to like get away when I'm stressed, and they're always like chilling and just the nicest people. So anyway, just side note, they are the best people. Make sure to coach as often as you can, as much as you possibly can. Yes, your voice lessons are also very, very important, but coachings will help you with acting. They'll help you with diction. It'll help you with, enunciation and which word do you want to bring out the most and how can you sing this piece, most likely, unless it's a newer piece that nobody's ever sung. Somebody has sung a bajillion times over and over again. How can you sing this differently? How can you portray this person differently? And in your coachings, you are able to do that. Also in your coachings, your coach can talk to you about what other people are doing on stage, what this word means, what it translates to in English, how this other word that, somebody else on stage is going to affect you when you're not singing, right? You can,
if something is a euphemism that you didn't know about.
Yeah, exactly. Like you do not want to be caught off guard. Like you want to make sure that you're acting when you're not singing as well. So make sure that as much coaching time as you can possibly get, whether it's, at a young artist program and it's free and it's on your downtime, or if you have to pay for it, I know it can get expensive, but just make sure you're maximizing your coaching time as much as possible.
Yeah, it's always more than just technique in there. Make sure that you learn your music right the first time. Otherwise, it's really annoying. Now, I can speak to this one personally because, oh my God, is it annoying to realize not only when I am redoing a song that I haven't touched in like 5-6 years. I had a student last semester who was singing a song that I had sung before, and I went to note check it. Turns out I learned the wrong notes and she was right. And I went, ooh, caught myself. Good to know. And it's really annoying because not only do you have to break a habit, but you have to break a habit while forming a new one. And it's just...
Yeah, it's really hard.
You're making yourself jump through hoops. So double check, learn slow, learn correctly. Something else that my teacher said that I still live by to this day. Nothing is impressive if it's fast and wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing is impressive if it's fast and wrong.
That's huge. That's a big one that I've learned the hard way, and it's really
I continue
really
to learn that one the hard way because I don't like slowing down.
Yeah, I never learn. This one is also really important, and I think something that you don't really learn until after you get out of school.
Oh my God, yes.
The music you learn in school is the music you'll be singing for years. So make sure it's music you sing well. Make sure it's music that you like. Again, make sure you are learning it correctly and make sure you're singing music that is right for your voice. Now, we do have arias and pieces that we push ourselves with, like, right, it's some music that we know we're going to grow into in the next couple years. You know, you want something that challenges your voice and pushes you, but you don't want all of your music to be like that. You definitely want a lot of your, if not all, your music to be stuff that your voice is comfortable singing in, that is correct for your Fach, that you can get hired for right now, because that's the point, right? You can get gigs, you can get into young artist programs while you're in college, while you're in grad school, right after. Make sure the music that you're learning in school is the music that's good for you right now.
And lastly, this is something that I live by to this day. It was one of the first things my very first voice teacher told me when I was in the 9th grade. There is too much music in the world to be singing things you don't like.
Preach.
Like, unless they're going to pay me a lot of money, I'm not going to sing Queen of the Night right now. Like, I love listening to it. I don't love singing it. There is way too much music out in the world to be singing things that you don't like unless you're getting paid a rate that you are willing to get paid to sing that.
And to add that onto that, it doesn't mean you can't learn it. Like Dave Yenny.
Oh, yeah.
I hated singing Dave Yenny. I absolutely loathe singing Dave Yenny. But I needed to learn Dave Yenny because I, I will be hired to do it. These are pieces that I need to know, but that doesn't mean I need to put it in my package. That doesn't mean that after I learn it, that isn't something I need to be bringing to auditions and trying to get gigs with. It's just something that I put in my back pocket for, to save.
If someone calls for it. Just like, hey, we're casting Susanna or Barbarina. Do you have Dave Yenny?
Yeah. And you're like, oh yeah, let me just pull that right back out.
We hope that this helped get you through some of the annoying things our teachers say that they are completely right about. I think my least favorite part is that I am now saying them to my students, and I'm really upset about it.
Man, it really just comes right back around, doesn't it?
Like, I've literally looked at one of my students and gone, I'm so mad that I have to say this right now because my teacher told me this 3 weeks ago, but it's this. And then I'm laughing and they're like, I don't understand, but it's fine. But make sure that you subscribe, rate, and review to help us reach new followers wherever you listen.
And don't forget to check out our show notes for all of our resources below, especially our Etsy shop. We have amazing workbooks, including our Learn Your Music the Right Way workbook, which is our best seller that will definitely help you out here.
We'll see you next week.
Bye.